not sure where I've been, but it's been a while since I did a video. So I thought I would jump on and give you all an update and notice how bad my hair looks at the moment. But I guess it's been since 2021 since I did a video. And I'm not quite sure where the time went. Probably because most of that was probably during the C word. But a lot has happened, and just wanted to come on and update you all. If you haven't been following my videos, there's Shelby Belby, who is in the side here, but she doesn't want to be on video with grandmas. No, she doesn't. Shelby is part of the Black Dog crew. If you ever hear me talking about the Black Dog crew, that is my two grand dogs, Shelby and Miss Poppy, and they like to do good deeds. So a lot of times if you hear we are doing an event like the 5K for Save a Strays or whatever, those I do for all the puppies out there, but I also do them for Shelby and Poppy because they are both shelter dogs. Shelby came from Oklahoma, and she's now a Mainer. And she says that's okay, but she doesn't really like snow. But she is a big old softie, and we're very blessed to have her in our family. She's actually my son's dog. We won't tell her that though, because I'm grandma. This is just going to be a quick video and it's not going to be edited. So you get Miss Shelby whenever she pops in, and anything else that happens around here, you get that as well. As I said, I'm now working for a shelter. I've been working for the shelter here in our area. It's been almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in January. And I wanted a job that was going to be fulfilling. I wanted a job that would give back to the community. And I wanted to feel like I was doing something to make a difference. And that's how I ended up there. I actually went in for a part-time job, just working at the desk. My husband was talking about retiring and we were going to go on the road. And they said, oh, you have bookkeeping experience. Would you be interested in a job? And I said, sure. And I jumped in with both feet and haven't looked back. Again, it's probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done. I'm finally at that point in my life, and my husband as well, where we can start giving back and helping others. I raised my kids to understand that part of being on this earth is to help other people. And I'm very proud that they actually fulfill that as much as they can. My daughter was just involved with the Travis Mills Foundation this weekend. She works for a local grocery chain. I say local, they're New England. And they had a team which she put together and helped raise funds for the Travis Mills Foundation. And if you have not heard of Travis Mills, I would suggest you go check it out. He works with wounded veterans and their families to give them some relief from the day-to-day things that they have to deal with that are not so good. And he's a fantastic foundation. Another nonprofit here in Maine that is fantastic. So that's where I'm at. Why have we not gone on the road? Because every time we go on the road, something happens and it pushes it back. My husband's retirement, he pushed it back. And, at first it was the C word. That stopped a lot of things. And then it was having backup for his job. He didn't have someone to back him up. And he really wants to hit a goal of being at his company for a length of time. So that's what he wants to do. And I support that completely. It's very important to him. We were both raised in a generation where you're loyal to your company as long as they supported you is a good one. And that's really important to him. He's been with the same company for a very long time. So he wanted to make sure that he hit that milestone. And I'm very proud of him. So yeah, so there is that. We traded in our fifth wheel. And actually, I say traded in. We sold the fifth wheel outright to a couple from sort of middle of Maine in there. The fifth wheel was nice. We found we had way too much room and we didn't really like hauling it. It was a beautiful Montana high country, 35 foot. Wasn't humongous, but it was bigger than what we wanted. And we never really felt really outright comfortable in it. And we started looking for a Class C. And so this spring, we purchased a 2017 Forest River Forest Park Class C. It is 33 feet, self-contained Class C, beautiful. The thing actually sleeps, it says 11 people. We're never going to, as my husband says, I don't have 11 friends. That's not going to be in. So that's not going to happen. But yeah, so it has bunks in it. So we use the bunks a lot of times for just storage of things. And right now, since it's October, sorry about that. We are actually winterizing it for the winter. Everything up in New England, once you get to the end of October, it is shut down for winter. And so we knew we were not going to be camping much for the rest of the season. So we've gone ahead, we're doing the maintenance stuff, and then we're going to make sure it's all set to go. But we do plan to be on the road. We do have some big stuff coming up next summer, beginning of next summer. Our son is getting married, Shelby's dad, and his beautiful bride-to-be, who they both live with us, and it's fantastic. So yeah, so both of my kids have gotten engaged in the last year. So it is big changes. So we will be doing that. They're going to be holding their ceremony in northern Maine. I have only ever been through northern Maine. I have never actually stayed up there. So I'm really excited about going up there and meeting her family. Her family is huge and mine's very small. So that is exciting for all of us that they're starting out their new life together. I think they're going to do really well. And so, yeah, so part of it is we're going to be using that camper when we're in northern Maine. We're going to be staying in it so that we can be right there for all the festivities. And so that's going to be exciting. Do we have other plans? Well, we were going to take time and go down to Gatlinburg. Unfortunately, those people who are down there, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to try not to cry. I have several cousins who live in the affected area of Appalachia. I spent some wonderful times in that area, and my heart hurts so bad for those people. We actually had been looking at land to eventually put an RV site on, and maybe then eventually either sell it or we would build a piece of property down there. My heart is just breaking for those people. I can't even begin to imagine what they're going through. I have heard from 2 of my 3 cousins that are down there. And as I said, they're all pretty much in the affected area. I can't imagine how long this is something that's going to change their lives completely down there. And, you know, you hear a lot, hopes and prayers don't mean a lot. But when you can't do something else, that's what you give. And I've been doing a lot of praying for them down there. So, yeah. So that doesn't look like we're going to be going in that direction. I had been working on, ironically, working on researching a series in the Appalachian Mountains. And, I mean, researching, I've been doing a ton of researching on it. The books that I've bought and watching videos and everything else. So I was really looking forward to it. Part of our goal is to work down there for a while. We will hopefully find a spot. But again, we're still about a year out anyways. So there's plenty of time for us to do what we need to do and decide if that's actually the direction we want to go in. So I'm not sure exactly where we're headed next year. This year we were lucky enough to almost make it to Appalachia. We took the RV and went down. We ended up staying, well, the first night we stayed in a great place I'll have to put up the information because I'm trying to remember what it was called. In the Amish country. We stayed a night there, and it was just absolutely gorgeous and so peaceful, unbelievably peaceful. From there, we went to Artillery Ridge in Gettysburg, and that was a bucket list for me. I'm a huge history fan, and always have been. So we went to Artillery Ridge, and we stayed there. And if you're not familiar with it, it is right on the edge of the battlefields. It's right in the middle of Gettysburg. And the facility is gorgeous. The people who run it were fantastic. We were going to stay one night. We ended up staying 2 nights there. Really, really enjoyed it. From there, we went to Maryland. And we stayed at another one down in outside of Gaithersburg, Maryland. So if you would like more information on where we stayed, my intention is to hopefully put up some videos and review some of the places because we always appreciate a great place to stay. And this one was actually on a little river in Maryland, very, very close to the West Virginia border. If I had known how close, we would have gone. We stayed there, I think 3 nights there. And we were going to head for West Virginia. We were supposed to go stay at Copper Ridge in West Virginia. And then the hurricane started coming. We have lousy luck when it comes to weather on camping trips. So we ended up deciding that we were going to try and get ahead of the storm. And we headed north from there, from Maryland, up through and across the mountains in Pennsylvania, over to the New York border, and stayed one night over there at a KOA, which was fantastic. We had really good luck with campgrounds on this trip. Really good luck. Until we got to the end of it. So from there, we when we crossed into Massachusetts, we decided that we were going to. We stopped at the big Charlton Plaza to kind of regroup and do bathroom breaks and all of that stuff. And my husband said, "Do you want to go home?" And I said, "No, not really." So we were still on vacation. We still had some time. So we went down to the Cape Cod, and we stayed at a Thousand Trails campground that was not on the Cape, but it was leading down to the Cape. The area was beautiful. The area had cranberry bogs. It was very, very nice. The campground itself, we did not have a great experience with. And we've stayed at other Thousand Trails campgrounds. We stayed at one in, there's one on Mount Desert Island, the Desert Narrows. I think Mount Desert Narrows, I think it's called. And that one is fantastic. This one, not so much. We did not have a very good experience. We had been talking about getting a Thousand Trails membership, but after that we were just kind of like, no, I don't think so. We'll hold off and we'll see whether we want to do it again. It's interesting, there are things like we have a Harvest Host membership. We've only ever used it once, and we've had it for 2 years. So I'm not sure that I'm going to redo that one. It is nice to have it as a follow through in case you want to stop somewhere. But for us, we find we really enjoy full hookups. So yeah, so there is that. So yeah, so that was our trip back. We had a fantastic time. It was 8 states, 7 days. Enjoyed it immensely. Would really want to go back to Artillery Ridge. If we get a chance to go, maybe next year, we'll do that. We've spent a ton of time in that area around Gettysburg, so there is that. So yeah, so that's what the plans are so far. Sorry, it's a little shaky. I'm a little shaky today. I am going to be jumping on and doing some videos coming up. So you hopefully will see me more. Like I said, I've always appreciated this format, and the more I can be much more myself in this format. So I hope you appreciate that as much as I do. And I hope you'll stick around and see what we have to say. So we're going to be traveling more this year and than we have in the past. So we'll bring you along as we can, and hope you all are well, and please stay safe. And by all means, send your thoughts and prayers and anything else you can to help the people of Appalachia. My heart goes out to them completely. So, all right. Thanks for sticking around. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. If you want to leave me a comment down below, that would be fantastic. Thumbs ups are always great. And let me know if you really want to see some review videos. And we'll do that. Right now, I am getting ready for winter here in Maine. I can always talk about that as well. It's certainly a process, and it's one that I'm well aware of. So, all right. Thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you all are safe and well. And my heart goes out to you as well. Bye-bye.